How do you know that?
We have a crack research team.
Shout out Grandpa Ron, love you. I don't know, I miss the Pac-12.
Welcome into the latest edition of Chasers Chat, presented by Lamson Dugan Murray. I'm the voice of the Omaha Storm Chasers, Nick Batters, and this week we're chatting with pitcher Chandler Champlain. So Chandler, about a year after you were drafted by the Yankees, you were traded to the Royals. Where were you when you found out you were traded? What was that initial reaction like?
Yeah, it was crazy. I was in the middle of a game in Fort Myers, Florida, and Coach Rachel Balkovec was on the phone and said, "Champ, you got to take this phone call." And it was head of the Yankees development saying, "Hey, like, we just traded you, and they should be in contact with you soon." And got a rental car, went back to Tampa, packed up my bags, and met up with Quad Cities a day later.
One of your first outings with Quad Cities was at a pretty cool spot. You got to pitch the minor league Field of Dreams game. What was your reaction when you found out that that was going to be one of your first outings with Quad Cities, and just what was that whole experience like?
Yeah, that was really cool. At first, when they told me that I was gonna get the start for that day, I felt bad. Like being the new guy on the team, and like the guys that have been on the staff. Like, I'm like, give it to them. Like, they're like true members of this team. But they said, no, you got it. And it was a great day, and it was a really cool experience, and a day I'll never forget.
Did you grow up? I mean, I'm sure you'd watched the Field of Dreams movie before making that start. How familiar were you with it?
Yeah, I've seen that movie a million times. It's one of my dad's favorite movies, and it's one of my favorite baseball movies.
So you were drafted by the Yankees out of the University of Southern California. You're a USC guy. Your family's a USC family. What was it like getting to continue on that lineage that had come before you with your parents?
Yeah, it was cool. We were, when I was in high school and starting to get recruited by some colleges, it was definitely in the back of my mind that, I wanted to go to USC. And finally, when their recruiting coach, Gabe Alvarez, showed up to one of my tournaments, it was really exciting, and we kind of built a relationship from there. And thankfully, they gave me an offer, and got to go to my dream school.
So as of, a couple of days now, USC's a Big Ten school. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I don't know how that's going to work out, especially with that travel. I mean, gonna have to go play, teams on the East Coast for 3 games and travel across country. That's definitely gonna be a change. I don't know. I miss the Pac-12.
So you're a Southern California kid. I mentioned you grew up surfing a lot. Take us through your surfing background, your experience.
I just think growing up near the beach and having friends in the summer that also love the beach, and going out in the water and enjoying the ocean and the sun and taking life in. It's a really fun hobby.
Are there any other surfers in the Storm Chasers clubhouse that we should know about?
I don't think so. I feel like who would only have the potential would probably be Chris, but he's more inland than I am. But I don't think we got any other surfers.
I would say you took the next question out of my mouth. So you think Bubich would be the best surfer in the team after you?
Oh, I don't think he'd be the best surfer. No, Chris would not be the best surfer. I think he's the next closest to go surfing. But who would be the best surfer? I think Nate. He's athletic enough to do just about anything. On the pitching staff, I don't know. Maybe Veneziano. Probably. I could see him doing a little goofy surfing out there.
I want to ask your dream car, but I saw you had a Camaro when you were in high school. Tell us the story behind that.
Yeah, when I made my commitment to USC, it was my grandpa Ron. Shout out Grandpa Ron, love you. He just made a kid's dream come true and got the money and bought me a Camaro for my right after I got my license when I was 16. So thank you, Grandpa. It was, to this day, still the best car I ever had.
This isn't your first time in Omaha being here with the Storm Chasers. You went to the College World Series when you were in high school with, I think it was one of your travel team or a team that you played on growing up. What was that experience like, getting to watch the CWS as a fan?
How do you know that?
Thank you so much.
We have a crack research team, our social media manager, Nina.
It's kind of spooky. What was the question again? Sorry.
What was your experience like attending the College World Series as a fan when you were back in high school?
Yeah, it was really cool. I still remember it. I think it was definitely watching as, I don't know, I was 13, 14 maybe, like seeing like, wow, like that's high level baseball. And you know, it'd be really cool to play. At that time, my thought was like, it'd be really cool to like play Division I college, you know, and get to play in this kind of atmosphere.
We're going to get into some rapid fire questions now. Who on this team do you think has the best fashion sense or style?
I'm going to go John Rave.
If you could only listen to one album for the rest of your life, what would it be and why?
I would do Underclass Hero by Sum 41. And I don't know, I listened to a lot of like punk rock in high school, and that album has a bunch of songs that just kind of brings me back to my roots.
If you got to take an at-bat as a hitter, what would your walk-up song be?
Shook Ones Part 2 by Mobb Deep, some old school rap.
If we were to throw you into the Olympics and ask you to play a sport outside of baseball, what sport do you think you'd be best at in the Olympics?
I think I could probably compete in like a javelin throw.
You're a Southern California guy, so I think I know what the answer is going to be to this. In-N-Out or Whataburger?
Whataburger.
Really?
Whataburger, yeah. In-N-Out, in my opinion, it's overrated. Patties
Interesting.
Are too thin. Patties are too thin.
So what's your Whataburger order?
I don't know, just like a double cheeseburger ketchup. Pretty standard.
If we were to ask your teammates to describe you using one word, what word do you think would be most frequently used?
Curious.
Curious. I like that. So I mentioned our crack research team. Our social media manager, Nina, likes to do a deep dive on guys' Instagrams, find a picture to ask about. And I want to ask you about this picture from October of 2018. Take me through what's going on in this photo.
Yeah, so that's that's part of the USC baseball team. That's all the guys. That's just about all the guys that were in my freshman class, and we had like a team get together and to kind of dress up fancy yet like funny at the same time, and that's when I had some pretty ugly bleached hair.
I was going to ask about that. What's the story there?
I don't know. I was 19 and stupid and bleached my hair, went to Sports Clips and said bleach my hair. And it's probably what it looks like when you go to Sports Clips and try to bleach your hair.
Well, I think it's a good look. Chandler, I appreciate the time. Good to get to know you a little bit here on Chasers Chat. Best of luck the rest of the way, and we're looking forward to hopefully seeing you up in the big leagues soon.
Thank you. I appreciate it.